Barbuda channel. This month of February is where we celebrate Black history. In Barbuda, we move towards inward and honor the history that the lives right here at my home Barbuda has made. Now we'll go to Alina. Okay, Alina is not with us, so continue. Today we are proud to speak with one of our own, Mr. Ian Gordon. Good morning, Mr. Ian. Good morning, Mr. Gordon.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am doing very well, thank you.
Okay, are you ready to begin?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So many people in Barbuda know who you are, except the younger generation, such as myself. So please, with all due respect, can you tell us a little bit about who Ian Gordon is?
Sure, happy to. Well, I am the proud son of Lorna and Keith Gordon. My grandmother is Gretel, or was Gretel Thomas. She has passed. My father came from Grenada, my mother born in Barbuda. They met here in Barbuda when my father was assigned here as a police officer back in the 70s. So that just tells you how old I am right there. I am the first of 7 children. My mom had twins twice and father, so I am the eldest. I lived in Barbuda for quite a while. And then we moved to Antigua, I should say, when I was around 4 years old.
So, Mr. Gordon, do you think you can go a little more depth into your family history, if that's okay?
Sure. So, as I said, I am the eldest of 7. I have 5 brothers and 1 sister. You may all know them as, Biggie, Lickle, Kelly, Curtis, Jermaine, and Beck. Those are my siblings. My grandmother, as I said, was Gretel Thomas, and my grandfather was Mr. Weber. So I knew he was a fisherman, and my grandmother was a farmer. And my grandmother used to take me to her grounds when I was a child on Saturday mornings. So I didn't have much of a, full weekend free. So I learned farming from her at a very young age back then. I used to think it was so long of a journey going into the woods where her farm was, loading up the donkey early in the morning. That was definitely not something I was looking forward to, but once I got there, I kind of enjoyed the day working with her in her ground, so to speak, or farm.
So that's what it was like growing up in Barbuda?
That's what it was like growing up in Barbuda for me. I do have to say, I was more of an introvert when I was a child, and so when I was in Holy Trinity School, during recess and after school, I would normally just go out on my own, watch birds, throw stones, go on hikes, walk the coastlines, go fishing in the mangroves. I used to do that all by myself. So that's the way I grew up here. I love exploring the land, the island. I recognized that there was a natural beauty here, and I was very proud to call it my home.
And then you moved away for a little while, so could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So then we migrated to Antigua. Well, it's not really migration because it's one country, right? We went to Antigua when I was about 4. Grew up a little bit. It was in Point. And then we relocated to Otters. And once we relocated to Otters, I went to Golden Grove Primary School. And then from there, I went to Otters Comprehensive. After Otters Comprehensive, after I graduated there, that's when I migrated to the United States and resided in New York up until this day.
When you were in New York, did you miss your hometown a lot?
I surely did. I could distinctly remember when I got there, and I didn't spend one day more than after I graduated from Artist Comprehensive. As a matter of fact, the Friday was the last day of school, and I graduated, and the next day I was on the plane to New York. I did not even attend my graduation ceremony at Artist Comprehensive. But when I got to New York, you know, we all saw it on TV, what it was like, the bright lights, the big buildings, all the cars, the hustle and bustle. When I got there, it was definitely that. It was definitely a culture shock to our tiny island here and, you know, small community. What stood out to me though was the noise. There was a lot of noise. I distinctly remember not being able to sleep for quite a few nights because all I heard was the sound of cars, the sound of sirens, the sounds of music, sounds of people. It was a lot because I lived in the Bronx. And if you know anything about the Bronx, it's a densely populated area or borough in New York City. And so it was very loud. So that was definitely a culture shock.
So that's what you would say was the most significantly cultural shocking thing you witnessed?
Yes, yeah, I would definitely say so. It took some getting used to. As I said, I couldn't sleep for days, for nights, because it was so difficult. But I got used to it over time. You know, as human beings, we adapt very well. All we have to do is, you know, endure it long enough, and we realize that certain things that used to bother us don't bother us anymore. It just slowly subsided.
And how did your upbringing help you persevere?
Okay. So, like I said, I left or migrated when I was 16. So I had graduated secondary school, Artist Comprehensive at the time. So I was already well grounded. To me, well grounded in my culture, well grounded in my morals and virtues and everything that was good. So I had that to lean on. So what I saw and experienced in New York, in the Bronx, all the negative things, I did not gravitate to them.
So, Mr. Gordon, now that you're back, I don't know if it's going to be forever or just a little while. Many things have changed while you were away. So what do you think you noticed more about the change in Barbuda?
Well, before I answer the question, I'll touch on your first point. Yes, I've been away for a while and I'm currently visiting. However, I plan to move back. This is my home. I've never ever referred to America as my home. I always tell my friends this is just a place where I live for now. And to answer your question directly, coming back and seeing the difference over the years, because initially after I left, I didn't come back for the very first time for 14 years. But now it's about 40 years, almost 40 years since I've been away. But I've been going back and forth. And the difference I've seen is the diversity of people that's here now. I realize that there's not a lot of more Barbudans on the island as I would have hoped. I guess Hurricane Irma had made some difference there, and people have made some decisions to move away and not come back. So there's definitely a culture change in terms of the different dynamics of people that are here, and the way technology and how the kids are today here, the way I see them today is not the same. I mean, when I was growing up, we depend on libraries and books. but for them, it's computers and screens and so on, and cell phones. So I know that has a great impact on the current community.
So now we'll take a break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I know I answer questions very well. I know I answer questions, but I don't just
It's okay.
one-liners.
When I was first diagnosed, I wasn't quite feeling well. I was at the school function.
How much more you want?
My mom,
Enough to
I really we ended up going to the hospital. Doctors did all sorts of tests on me. I was waiting in the ICU. They told me I had type 1 diabetes.
This
and I
engine
had
part.
been there for
So this is 1,
almost a week and a half.
2,
And
3,
they
4.
told me if my sugar had been a bit higher than that, I probably would have been in a coma. When I went back to school after being diagnosed, it was challenging. I didn't want to test in front of anybody because I think they were all watching me too much, and I would just start testing in the bathroom. I think that the SSB levy is important because it will help to get outreach about sugar-sweetened beverages and how unhealthy they are for you. Putting a tax on the drinks, they'll probably reach for more healthier options.
Evening falls and shadows play. We flip the switch, you light the way. You power dreams, our hopes, our lives. A steady force, a trusted light.
From every source you make the way, working hard to serve us every day, turning challenge into water flow, pushing forward, steady as we go.
APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do. From power to water to every device, you are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do. From power to water to every device, you are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA.
For us, everything and everyone in life matters, no matter how small or apparently insignificant. We believe that everyone deserves to be nurtured and protected, to be acknowledged and appreciated. For us, it isn't just about what we do, but why we do it. in serving a purpose far greater than ourselves.
We are State Insurance, helping you to live in a better state of mind.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the interview with our special guest, Mr. Gordon, and thank you for staying tuned. Now we'll go to Alina. Hello, Alina.
To this session. Hi, Mr. Gordon. Hi.
Hi, Elena. Alina, what is
Hello.
trending now?
What is trending now are the Valentine's Monday at school, the Valentine's horse race, as you should know, the Holy Trinity African Attire Competition, which is held on February 28, 2026 at Carbana City, 5 p.m., and the opening of the hydroponics at Sir Macpherson Girls Secondary School.
Thank you, Alina. We shall see you in a bit. Okay, Mr. Gordon. So, back to our conversation. Mr. Gordon, given your extensive professional background and your lifelong dedication to your home island, I would be honored to hear about your personal perspective on your work with the organization. So first off, could you please tell me a little bit about who or what inspired you to be a part of a non-governmental organization?
Yes, most definitely. What inspired me is the fact that I am able to give back. I have been granted the opportunity to live abroad for some time, and I have been truly blessed, and I believe in giving back to my community. This really sent a message home when Hurricane Irma hit this beautiful little island of mine, and I couldn't wait to get back to see what my community and my island was going through. And so I volunteered to come back twice in the cleanup campaign. And after the cleanup campaign, I felt that I needed to do more. And so I got together with my friend Sean Charles, and we had a conversation. And the conversation was, of course, about Barbuda and what was going on at the time. And Sean was part of an organization, the cleanup campaign, and they were doing a lot of things here at the time. During that conversation, we looked at what were the kids doing, the children in Barbuda, because at the time they were talking about tearing down the Holy Trinity School, and you know there were so many things that they didn't have anymore at the time, and so we decided, let's do something for the kids. Let's see what we can do to help them out, so to speak. And so it started with us deciding to get laptops for them. And this wasn't us thinking of getting used anything. And so we went into our own pockets and we purchased laptops for both Holy Trinity and Sir McChesney George High School. After we did that, we then proceeded to purchase school supplies and some other things. And then we decided to loop in some other friends of ours, all Barbudans, born and raised, bred here on this beautiful island, to see if they wanted to join us and make it bigger. Because we knew and recognized that we just couldn't do it ourselves if we wanted to do it as big as we wanted to make it. And so we decided that let us form an NGO. Let us open a charity in the United States. Let's register a charity. And so we proceeded to get a charity registered, and we all decided to come up with a name, a theme, and everything. And it turns out that Team Buddha was what we landed on. For me, Team Buddha is short for Barbuda, because I've heard my fellow Barbudans here and there mention Barbuda as Buddha before. And then, the acronym turned out to be just that, And so that's how it was formed. Just us coming together, wanting to give back, wanting to support the children, the schools, via the schools, providing for them everything that we can in terms of academics and in terms of their growth and development. That's what we're about.
On a personal and emotional level, what would you say it means to you, Team Buddha?
On a personal level, for me, it means helping and doing for others maybe perhaps something that someone else isn't doing. I always saw myself as a helper. Funny enough, that's one of the things in the Bible that people sometimes overlook. But that's one of the things in the Bible. It's a ministry. It's called the ministry of helps. And I've always found myself in that category, helping others. And I love helping children. I used to mentor a youth group when I was living in the Bronx and Yonkers back in New York years ago. Those kids are now, adults with families. And I always saw them as my spiritual children. And so helping the kids here, the children in Barbuda, is very personal to me, because I remember my childhood and growing up here. And now that I've opened myself and I've seen the world, the Western world, living abroad for so long, I see that the children here sometimes suffer from a lack of resources, because the world has taken off in such a way that, sometimes it just seems like they're at a disadvantage. And so anything I could do personally to help, I will, as long as it's in my capacity. And so, I just would love to see the best done for the children of Barbuda. I always felt that they were being short-handed growing up, and even now. So whatever I can do throughout the organization and even personally, I will.
So all about the youths and helping them get
Yes,
better.
absolutely.
Thank you. Mr. Gordon, as we are in the midst of Black History Month, Many look at the past, but through Team Buddha, you are actively shaping the future of Black history in Barbuda. How do you view your work with the youth as a way of honoring the ancestors, residents of the Barbuda people?
If you have ever thought of and heard the term, it takes a village to raise a child, if you really ponder upon that statement, it has nothing to do with your blood-born children. It goes beyond that. And so, looking out for the children and the work that we do, especially with, like you said, with Black history, history happens every day. Everything you do, you're making history. Once the day has passed and you've done what you've done, it's now history. So Black history, for me, is not going all the way back to the past, all the way back to pre-slavery, pre-colonization, or during colonization and all that. It's whatever has already happened, occurred. That's history. And I believe we are making history now and affecting the lives of the young people in the school based on the programs we support and we are providing for them. You will notice even with the aquaponics program that is at Sir Mac Chesney George High School, that is something that has never been done before. And it is the organization, Team Buddha, that I'm a part of, that has brought that to the fore and is making that happen. And we officially turned that over just a day or two ago. And, that is going to go into the future. We've already made history with that. We've already made history by doing that. We've already made history by opening to the young people who are participating in that program a new world, a new way of farming. It's history. It's history. Other things in terms of programs academically that the kids are using, because Team Buddha has provided the subscriptions for those programs, they're learning online. That's history. That has never happened before. So we're opening the door to benefit the young people, to broaden their horizons. They can be in Barbuda, and yet they're part of the world, because the world is one. And we're making history.
And also, Mr. Gordon, around this time in Antigua and Barbuda, recognition of our national heroes are shown. But who in Antigua and Barbuda would you like to see recognized, and why?
Tough question, but at the same time not so difficult, because from my point of view, we tend to migrate and look at folks who are the standouts, the popular, the well-known, the wealthy, those type of people. I look to folks like the teachers, the nurses, the people who you see day to day who are doing a job or a work or a vocation that is people first. They take care of us. And if you want to really look at heroes, you look at the people who are serving the community on a daily basis. Forget about the entertainers, the politicians, the you know, the so-called stars and the people who are prominent in society, they're not heroes. You know, they're just being recognized for the position that they're in, but are they really affecting the lives of people? You know, who's really affecting their lives? Teachers are affecting the lives of everyone on a daily basis. You know, without teachers, you and I will be what? We'll be learning on our own, self-learn, self-taught. Teachers do a tremendous job, and they don't get the recognition for the job that they do. Nurses who take care of the sick, the elderly, even when we're born, nurses are looking after us. People who protect us, you know, those who are in law enforcement, you know, those are people to me who are heroes. People who farm the land, who provide food or grow food for us to eat. Those are heroes to me, not the world's view of who are heroes. Thanks for that question.
Mr. Gordon, in this whole interview, I've been hearing about your work and what you're doing. So, just ask you a casual question. What do you do in your free time?
Ooh, free time. There's not much of free time that I do have, because I'm a busybody. I always have things to do. I always find things to do. I just don't lay around and lounge unless I go on vacation. And when I come home, I'm not on vacation. So if I'm going on vacation, it has to be away from Barbuda. But I will say this. If you want to say free time, I'm a very health conscious person. I've been a health conscious person from my youth. Since I was like 16 years old, I used to watch my father, who was a police officer, you know, work out, train, lift weights and all of that. And I started when I was 16 and I never stopped. I always thought about nutrition, the right things to eat. I think about rest, how much rest your body needs. Are you rested? You know, so for me, it's anything that has to do with my health, I will do. And so if you want to say my leisure time, or I like working out, it doesn't matter. I like training, I like exercising, anything to do with, you know, helping me preserve whatever I have or taking care of it. That's what I like doing. So you'll find me jogging, walking, lifting weights, things of that nature.
Thank you for sharing, Mr. Gordon. You've given back so much to the community that raised you. So, on behalf of me and my team, thank you, Mr. Gordon, for your unwavering support, and not to mention your contribution. We warmly appreciated what you do. Thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And I hope that I am an inspiration to those who are yet to come and those who are here. And I just want to say to all the young people here in Barbuda, stay focused. Success is not measured by the amount of money that you can acquire. It's about the impact you have on other people's lives. And that's what I hope to do, have a positive impact on other people's lives, especially the young people. So thank you.
You're welcome. Coming up next is Kalala Joseph, and she will be joining us with our next guest. And stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Evening falls and shadows play. We flip the switch, you light the way. You power dreams, our hopes, our lives. A steady force, a trusted light.
From every source you make the way, working hard to serve us every day, turning challenge into water flow, pushing forward, steady as we go.
APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do. From power to water to every device, you are the pulse of our land. necessary for life. APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do, from power to water to every device. You are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA.
Antigua and Barbuda, the cleanup campaign has officially begun. Under the theme, Love Whaling, Antigua and Barbuda is rolling out a national cleanup beautification campaign from south to south, from south to south. Hey, we're clearing the whole bulk waste, we're removing all derelict vehicles and beautifying the public spaces. From community drains to coastal areas, main roads to village corners, we're tackling it all. This is about more than cleaning. It's about pride, presentation, and progress. So listen out. Tune in to your local media and look out for official announcements and schedules for your cleanup operation in your area. We're coming to you, every community, and we want you to stay informed. Antigua and Barbuda is on the move. So let's make our surroundings reflect our vision. And remember, love where you live, okay?
When evening falls and shadows play, we flip the switch, you light the way. You power dreams, our hopes, our lives, a steady force, a trusted light.
From every source you make the way, working hard to serve us every day, turning challenge into water flow, pushing forward, steady as we go.
APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do, from power to water to every device. You are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do, from power to water to every device. You are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA.
Hi, my name is Sharifa Peters. I am 19 years old. I am a type 1 diabetic. When I was first diagnosed, I wasn't quite feeling well. I was at a school function. I ended up fainting on the grass. My mom carried me in the vehicle. We ended up going to the hospital. Doctors did all sorts of tests on me. I was waiting in the ICU. They told me I had type 1 diabetes and I had to stay in there for almost a week and a half. And they told me if my sugar had been a bit higher than that, I probably would have been in a coma. When I went back to school after being diagnosed, it was challenging. I didn't want to test in front of anybody because I think they were all watching me too much, and I would just start testing in the bathroom. I think that the SSB levy is important because it will help to get outreach about sugar sweetened beverages and how unhealthy they are for you. Putting a tax on the drinks, they'll probably reach for more healthier options. Tests on me, I was waiting in the ICU. They told me I had type 1 diabetes and I had to stay in there for almost a week and a half. And they told me if my sugar had been a bit higher than that, I probably would have been in a coma. When I went back to school after being diagnosed, it was challenging. I didn't want to test in front of anybody because I think they were all watching me too much, and I would just start testing in the bathroom. I think that the SSB levy is important because it will help to get outreach about sugar sweetened beverages and how unhealthy they are for you. Putting a tax on the drinks, they'll probably reach for more healthier options.
It's a few days before payday and something comes up. We've all been there. St. John's Cooperative Credit Union's Ready Line is here to help. As you repay, that amount becomes available for you to borrow again, giving you flexibility when you need it most. Borrow, repay, repeat with our credit union. Credit Union's Ready Line is here to help. As you repay, that amount becomes available for you to borrow again, giving you flexibility when you need it most. Borrow, repay, repeat with our credit union.
Bring in Alina. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll now bring in Alina.
Thank you, Mr. Ian, for joining us and sharing your contributions to the community. It was a pleasure having you. We also have some more interesting trending topics that are happening. And today we're going to speak about the 2026 debating series. To be the first school to start the debating series felt amazing and it was a great experience. It's a wide opportunity for other students to join in also. We have the Barbudan Go, who hosted the TVET Program Expo by the TVET unit and the Ministry of Education, where they showcased culinary arts with freshly made pastries on sales. Cosmetology students gave relaxing massages and mini manicures. On day two, some students from Barbuda visited several technical and vocational colleges, gaining exposure to the wide range of career paths. We would like to say condolences to the family of Mr. Hartford John. And if you would like to be a part of our Saturday programs, give us a call at 268-775-1031 or email us at reallifetv@gmail.com. Now back to you, Kadalia.
Thank you, Alina. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kadali Joseph, and thank you for staying tuned at the Barbuda channel. The month of February is where we celebrate Black History Month. In Barbuda, we turn inward and honor the history that lives here at home in Barbuda. Today, we are proud to speak to one of our own, Jacqueline Biza D'Souza. Mistress D'Souza, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I am a born Barbudan. I'm an entrepreneur. I wear many hats. One of my hats, I have been a cosmetologist since 1983, so that might sound ancient to you. And then right now I operate Womoni's Best Restaurant.
Okay, thank you very much. Tell me about your family and what they contributed to in Barbuda.
Well, I grew up in a family of bakers, also musicians. My father, he's a baker. My great-grandmother, she owned a baker shop here. She died at 100. Her name was Hattie Peg. She had a bakery. She used to bake bread. And then my father and my mother owned a family bakery until the hurricane.
What was it like growing up in Barbuda?
I had strict upbringing. So to tell you, it was, let's say, maybe not fun, because I couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. Most of my years was spent in Antigua. I went to Antigua when I was 8. But we used to come home in the summers. So it's like going to the beach and stuff like that. I don't have many stories about that because we couldn't really do that as children unless we were accompanied by adults.
Okay. Thank you. What was it like getting into the hair industry?
For me, that was fun at first, because that's not what I really wanted to do. I really wanted to become, I wanted to study agriculture science. But when I went to the States, my sister had a very strict rule. You could not stay in her house and do nothing. So I went to beauty school in the US, and then I had my businesses, and that's how that, So after that, it was fun. I love cutting and I love doing color. Those are my fun things.
What kind of hairstyles were the it thing in that time period?
The bob, the pixie cut, like what now they're using right now, like in the 2000s. Pink was the hottest color back then, and then the blondes and the blues. So I think, it just revolves.
Okay. How would you advise clients on taking care of their crown?
Taking care of your crown is very important. People say, like right now, a lot of people say they do locks because it's easier when it isn't. You have to make sure you drink water because that affects your hair. you have to make sure if you're bleaching your hair, want these colors, you have to make sure you hydrate. So hydration in hair takes care of your crown very well.
Thank you. Not only were you a hairstylist, you also own a business called Wamoni's Restaurant, where you were known for your specialty and variety of burgers. Tell us about what got you started.
Hurricane Irma was my motivation because I had the beauty parlor and then I had the restaurant. But then when Hurricane Irma happened, I just said, let me just do somewhere where you can get small snacks. So the lobster burger is lobster is from Barbudas. I decided to do lobster in burgers. The deer is Barbudan, so I decided to do a deer burger.
What are some of the foods you used to cook in your younger years?
Ooh. Macaroni and chicken. People call that soca now, but that was like one of the things that everybody used to cook as a child outside.
What you used to cook back then, do you see many people cooking it now?
Back then? Well, okay, my parents used to cook like, you see them do land turtle and you see them do that type of thing. Now I think we have migrated away from that and become more European and American by doing the lasagna and stuff. So I'd like to see people go back to the traditional way. It doesn't have to be the way in which our parents used to cook it. We can put a little twist to it to make it how we like it, for the taste.
What are some traditional dishes you used to cook?
Me, I love doing deer, but I don't like to stew deer. I love to do deer. As I said, I do the burger. I'll do them very thin and do like a sandwich. I like that. Land turtle, not really because I don't eat it, but I do that.
What does owning your own business mean to you?
Liberation, hard work. Liberation and being liberated in a way you do the things you like to do. Hard work, you have to put in the time and effort and make sure that it's run the way in which you want it because it's yours. So you don't want your hard work to go in vain.
What advice do you want to give young people who would like to start their own business?
Be consistent. Anything you do, make sure you're consistent. Yes, you might have the dream to do it, but if you know you can't be consistent, like I say to some people sometimes, Kentucky Chicken just don't do chicken and season. They make sure they have it down packed. So if you want to start your own business, practice on whatever you want to do so that in the event when it comes out, it tastes like your invention, your thing. Nobody can copy it because that is what you have, made your own by doing the things that you want to do with it.
Hair and food are what we are known for in Black history. Your journey as a business owner is inspiring and it fits well with the theme Black History Month. Could you share what this month means to you?
I grew up in a family where being black is very important. My father always say, know who you are, know whose you are, and never fall to nobody's image of yourself. Be proud of who you are. Whatever you do, make sure you're proud of you. Don't change you for nothing. And so being black to me is original. I love it because I am authentic. That's my thing. And as long as you embrace who you are, no one can tell you, nothing about what you should be because you have already mastered the art of loving you and stuff. So if you know who you are as a black person, embrace it. Don't let nobody try to change it or you changing your exterior to fit into anybody's mold.
Thank you. Why do you think it is important for young people to learn about Black History Month in school?
If you don't know your past, you can't know where you're going. And that is the most important thing. So knowing your history, it doesn't have to be the American history. You can know your Barbuda history. So you can know what your ancestors went through, why you're here. So there's some things that people might want to push down your throat. You wouldn't accept it because that's not my history. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when you have your children, say you're 15 or whatever, if you have your children in 15 years, what would you tell them about Barbuda? You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't tell nobody something unless you've been there. So you need to learn. I'd tell the young people, learn your history, know who you are, embrace what your elders are saying to you, and don't look at it as a criticism or something like. Look at it as something to make you be better at what you are.
What is one piece of Black history you wish more people knew about?
Black history pertaining to Barbuda or yourself?
To Barbuda.
To Barbuda. I wish the youths in Barbuda would know about Zabeth, the lady who did, so she stood up for what she stood for, and they burned her to the ground. I wish other people would know our culture when it comes to what our land means to us. I wish that the young people would realize how their skin is important and stop bleaching. That is one thing I wish that we would embrace, the color of our skin and how unique our hue is, because there's so many variations to our blackness. And I wish if we embrace that, and that goes back to knowing who you are, then I guess we'll have a beautiful Barbuda then.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
At this time, we will take a break. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a reliable tow trucking service? If so, then look no further. We are proud to be the top and most experienced tow trucking service company in Antigua. We pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and by offering the most affordable services on the island. We have been here for over 40 years, and we will continue being here to satisfy your needs. However, we are not limited to tow trucks only. We also deliver water to anywhere on the island. And if you need spare parts, you can always call us. You call, we haul. You mash up, we pick up.
When evening falls and shadows play, we flip the switch, you light the way. You power dreams, our hopes, our lives, a steady force, a trusted light.
From every source you make the way, working hard to serve us every day, turning challenge into water flow, pushing forward, steady as we go.
APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do, from power to water to every device. You are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do, from power to water to every device. You are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA.
It's a few days before payday and something comes up. We've all been there. St. John's Cooperative Credit Union's Ready Line is here to help. As you repay, that amount becomes available for you to borrow again, giving you flexibility when you need it most. Borrow, repay, repeat with all credit unions.
Thank you for staying tuned. We are here with our special guest, Mrs. Jacqueline Biza de Souza. So, Mrs. de Souza, tell us about the hair shows that were held by you here in Barbuda.
Well, because I love styling, I decided to put on a few hair shows. So throughout the years when I used to do hair, I'd have a few hair shows. One I did in front of the beauty parlor, then I did one at the the lagoon to showcase sea and hair. And I had a young lady from Antigua by the name of Lisa Abraham. She used to come and do my makeup. So, and then I have fire eaters and stuff like that. So it's very exciting. That was something that I had loved to do because it showcased what I was doing as a hairstylist.
Okay. I also heard you have a cookbook. Could you tell me a bit about that and if we would be able to purchase it?
My cookbook is a little taste of Womoni's Ninyam, meaning Barbuda's food, because Womoni means Barbuda. And I just put a little twist to the foods that I have included in the book. Instead of the original, the way in which my grandparents used to cook it, I do it my way and a little different from the original, but I still use our authentic Barbuda foods.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
How do you think we can keep Black history alive beyond just 1 month?
I think it goes back to, as I said, knowing who you are and letting our people know the important people in our history, because we have quite a bit of people that are Barbudans who have contributed a lot to Barbuda. You have Claudel Francis, you had McChesney George, you have even my great-grandmother, she was very instrumental in the way in which I saw food. So there are a lot of people. You had Alfonso Teague, you had Will Walbrook, you had quite a bit of people that was instrumental in making Barbuda the way it is now. But you don't know about them because nobody speak of them. So I think if we keep those people alive, we'll be okay.
Who inspired you to know who you are?
My parents, my mother and father, always instill good values in all of us, because there's 6 of us. Well, my brother died. But they instilled values in us, always remembering who you are, good work ethics and stuff like that. Because even in the bakery, everybody had to take part. So people love to say only Chinese did that. I would not say that. We did that because my father made us stand up and cut out the bread, so we were a part of the business.
What advice would you give to young people about being proud of their heritage?
You could read if you don't know, ask questions if you don't know, and look around. Look around, let your eyes, because if something, you can't push something down somebody's throat. If you want to learn, there's something, maybe they should even teach history in school, which they don't. Mm-hmm. So Barbuda history, it should pass down from generation to generation to generation. So I guess we are at fault, the older folks, for not talking to you younger folks about your heritage and your history.
We are in Black History Month, and in Antigua and Barbuda, around this time, recognition is shown to our national heroes, and normally, Barbuda does not get the recognition it deserves. Who in Barbuda do you think should be recognized around this time?
I mentioned a few. I think even if it doesn't have to be somebody who is dead. I think Bernice Lewis, she did a fantastic job with the preschool. She's alive. So it doesn't have to be, you had Will Walbrook. Nobody talk about him. He was one of the senators. You had Alfonso Teague. He was Barbuda's first senator. And so you don't know these things, but we only know of the younger folks that are taking part now in politics, which I think if we go back and check the contributions that these people made, we'll be astounded at what they did.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for speaking with us today. Your story is inspiring, and we wish you continued success in all that you do. Thank you.
I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We hope you have a great day. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a reliable tow trucking service? If so, then look no further. We are proud to be the top and most experienced tow trucking service company in Antigua. We pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and by offering the most affordable services on the island. We have been here for over 40 years, and we will continue being here to satisfy your needs. However, we are not limited to tow trucks only. We also deliver water to anywhere on the island. And if you need spare parts, you can always call us. You call, we haul. You mash up, we pick up. But tell God I'ma need a whole lot of hope keeping it together. I'm smiling in everyone's face. I'm crying when
Welcome back, everyone. I am your news reporter, Alina Ambris. Thank you, Mrs. Jacqueline Beezer D'Souza and Mr. Ian Gordon for joining us and sharing your contribution to the community. Before we end off this session, let's talk about some trending topics that are happening. Let's talk about the Valentine's Month Day at school. Ms. Shazani?
Yes, Miss Alina.
What about the Valentine's Month Day at school? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to watching the movies at school and getting my nails painted by the cosmetology students.
Kadalia?
I'm looking forward to the photo booth, taking pictures with my friends and the snacks and also the movies.
Guys, we also have the Valentine's horse race. Who are you looking forward to winning the races?
I actually don't know who's winning, but I will go and watch and I will bet on who is winning when I reach there.
Miss Joseph?
I'm not sure who's going to win. I don't know nobody I don't know the horse, the jockeys, that's what they call it. I don't know them, so I don't know.
We are off to the Holy Trinity African Attire Competition, which is held on February 28, 2026 at Caribana City, 5 p.m. We also have the opening of the hydroponics at Sir McChesney George that was handed over yesterday. Myself and Miss Joseph, we went to the 2026 series, the debate series, and to be the first school to start off the series felt amazingly great, and it was a wide opportunity for other students. What do you think, Miss Joseph?
I think it was very good. I think both schools did good, and the support system was there, and it was very awesome. I think many more schools will learn, or we can teach our school about our experience and they will learn from our experience.
I felt that way too. Now we're off to a good start. The Barbudans Go hosted the TVET Expo by the TVET unit and the Ministry of Education, where they showcased culinary arts with freshly made pastries on sale. The cosmetology students gave relaxing massages and mini manicures. Day 2, some students from Barbuda visited several technical and vocational colleges, gaining exposure to the wide range of career paths. How did you felt doing the interview with Miss Jackie Kadalian?
I felt very good. It was amazing. I learned a lot of things, and I think I could take some of those things that she said and put them into my life right now.
Yes. Miss Shazani, how did you felt interviewing Mr. Ian?
It was really a learning experience because I never knew those things about Team Buddha, so it was really a learning experience and I really got to know him.
So guys, what does Black History means to you?
To me, Black History means about our ancestors and what they have done for us and how we actually got here and all that. Yeah, history.
Miss Shazani?
To me, it means, what's the word? It means appreciating where you've come from, what our ancestors have done for us, and our national heritage and everything. Yes. Miss Ellen Ambrose, what does it mean? What does it mean to you?
So, guys, Black history means to me that our ancestors and what they have done for us to reach this far. Let us not only talk about the African tribes, but how Black people thrive in this world today. We have, I think, another questions from Miss Joseph.
From what you have heard, what are some things that you have never heard about, but now we've done the interviews, you're now learning about it?
I've never heard of the hair show, what that Miss Jackie stated. I never heard of that. I would like to be in a competition someday. Hopefully.
Miss Shizani?
I also never heard of it, so I was grateful that I got to learn of the hair show.
I would like to thank Mr. Ian for that heartwarming interview because we didn't know so much about Barbie Team Budasari. So it was a pleasure having you, Mr. Ian. So now to end off, if you would like to be a part of our Saturday program, give us a call at 268-775-1031 or email us at reallifetv@gmail.com. We will now wrap this up. We will take a break. We will be right back.
Are you looking for a reliable tow trucking service? If so, then look no further. We are proud to be the top and most experienced tow trucking service company in Antigua. We pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and by offering the most affordable services on the island. We have been here for over 40 years, and we will continue being here to satisfy your needs. However, we are not limited to tow trucks only. We also deliver water to anywhere on the island. And if you need spare parts, you can always call us. You call, we haul. You mash up, we pick up.
For us, everything and everyone in life matters, no matter how small or apparently insignificant. We believe that everyone deserves to be nurtured and protected, to be acknowledged and appreciated. For us, it isn't just about what we do, but why we do it, in serving a purpose far greater than ourselves.
We are State Insurance, helping you to live in a better state of mind.
Hi, my name is Sharifa Peters. I am 19 years old. I am a type 1 diabetic. When I was first diagnosed, I wasn't quite feeling well. I was at a school function. I ended up fainting on the grass. My mom carried me in the vehicle. We ended up going to the hospital. Doctors did all sorts of tests on me. I was waiting in the ICU. They told me I had type 1 diabetes and I had to stay in there for almost a week and a half. And they told me if my sugar had been a bit higher than that, I probably would have been in a coma. When I went back to school after being diagnosed, it was challenging. I didn't want to test in front of anybody because I think they were all watching me too much, and I would just start testing in the bathroom. I think that the SSB levy is important because it will help to get outreach about sugar-sweetened beverages and how unhealthy they are for you. Putting a tax on the drinks, they'll probably reach for more healthier options.
When evening falls and shadows play, we flip the switch, you light the way. You power dreams, our hopes, our lives, a steady force, a trusted light.
From every source you make the way, working hard to serve us every day, turning challenge into water flow, pushing forward, steady as we go.
APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do, from power to water to every device. You are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do, from power to water to every device. You are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA.
For us, everything and everyone in life matters, no matter how small or apparently insignificant. We believe that everyone deserves to be nurtured and protected, to be acknowledged and appreciated. For us, it isn't just about what we do, but why we do it, in serving a purpose far greater than ourselves.
We are states, insurance, helping you to live in a better state of mind.
Thank you everyone for staying tuned. We will be looking forward to see you at the Carabana City grounds, where Holy Trinity Primary School will be having their African attire competition on the 28th of February 2025.
And as for the students of Mac Chesney George Secondary School, for our Valentine's Day Monday. I am looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday, 11th February, in all your colors.
On behalf of the Youth Apprenticeship Program and technical team here at Barbuda Channel, I am Elena Ambris signing off. Have a good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining. And also special thanks to Jonathan Yearwood and Shamar Myers and Kiara Charles for our camera team behind scenes. Thank you.